Hello, Whitman parents and students. Well, it's the end of week 3 of our Corona quarantine, and I just wanted to reach out before the weekend starts, give you some needed information, as well as just get a chance to talk and converse with you. So, first thing I want to talk about is our scheduling letter that will be coming out at the beginning of next week. This letter will outline our scheduling process and how it's changed because of what's going on with this coronavirus quarantine. Normally, your child would have selected their courses, and then after selecting their courses, they get an opportunity to see their counselor face to face to make any changes, whether it's a level change, whether it's a course change, or even just an additional elective they want to add to their schedule. Unfortunately, we cannot do it person to person right now, but we want to make sure that we get everyone's schedule out. So I reformed the letter, giving a couple different procedures. One of them is we're mainly going to be using email to communicate any changes, but we want to make sure that that gets done so that courses or schedules are ready to go before the summer starts. This is important because, as every year, the first day of school needs to be, especially this year, the first day of school. We don't want to make changes. We want to make sure that we're giving students and parents the opportunity to make as many changes as they can before the start of next school year. So please, when you get the letter, read it. If you have questions, please contact your child's counselor or myself or Mr. Blair. It's important that we stay together on this and that we communicate regularly to make sure that everyone's schedule is appropriate and ready to go. The other thing I want to talk about is I've had a lot of parents come and talk to me or not talk to me, but come and email me or call me about how to utilize Google Classroom. In order to help parents with that, our tech mentors, Cheryl Irizarry in particular, created some YouTube videos that allow you to see how you navigate and how your child is utilizing Google Classroom. This could help you and help your child so that if they struggle, you're able to give them a hand and assist. These videos they're not long, they're about 3 or 4, and I'll be sending a link in an email I'll be sending later today with those videos so that you get a chance to see what they look like. And if you have questions, again, please contact us so we can make sure we can support you on that. The other thing I want to talk to is I have to say I've been really appreciative of the staff, the students, and the parents in this ordeal. They've been very open to communication. They really have been trying to help and make sure that we're erring on the side of not hurting kids, especially with the close of the third marking quarter. I just sent an email out to you talking about that and how we're going to err on the side of supporting students' needs and not penalizing them because of this situation. With that said, I've decided to extend the grading window, meaning that grades will not be submitted for the third quarter until April 16th. This gives another week and a half for students to catch up on any makeup work. It gives teachers the ability to get those assignments and grade them. And really, honestly, we're just trying to make sure that we're being fair throughout this whole process. So this will give students the opportunity. If you miss something, students, please make sure you hand it in, send it by email or however format the teacher uses. It's important. We want to make sure that your grades don't suffer because of this situation. So make sure you get those assignments in. I am going to talk a little bit about AP information, but I'm going to be introducing Mr. Blair, who's decided to come in on these video chats on Friday, and he's going to talk about a webinar we went to last night where they talked about the rollout of our new AP format online, as well as some ACT and SAT information. But this webinar really was focused on AP, how the new test is going to look, when the new tests are going to be, as well as some resources that students and parents can utilize. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Blair.
Hey, Mr. Murphy, thanks for inviting me. And I'm also here with Wilson. And I want to say hello to all the Whitman students and parents. I just want to give you an update on a few things. First off, the SATs. The next scheduled SAT that we have planned for here at Whitman is on June 6th. When we get a little bit closer to the June 6th date, you're going to see it. We're going to open up more spots for everyone. We want to be able to test as many Whitman students here as possible. So that's one thing that we are doing. In the event that if that June 6th SAT gets canceled, College Board is already in discussions with coming up with a contingency plan to put in place for all the students who are not able to test for the SATs this year. The other thing that I wanted to talk about were APs. Yesterday, College Board had a webinar where they were able to discuss about what was going to be taking place with the APs. As you all know, this year it's going to be a different structure. It's going to be a take-home exam. So they were speaking about that and the format and how everything was going to be laid out. And the other area that they were talking about were students who test with accommodations. They will be making provisions and they will have a plan in place for all students that will test with accommodations. Once that information becomes available, I will push it out to all the families. So this way you are all in the know. And last but not least, the PTA scholarships. I want to make note that they have extended it to April 30th. Please make sure you log on to our Walt Whitman Counseling website, download the packet and fill out any information and fill out all the scholarship information and send it back into Walt Whitman High School. And the other scholarship area that I wanted to talk about was the Walt Whitman exclusives. As of next Friday, the Walt Whitman exclusives will be live on our website. So please make sure that you log on and apply and submit those scholarships also. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Blair, for that information about AP, SAT, and ACT. Parents, students, as we get more and as Mr. Blair learns more from the webinars that we've been going into, such as the structure, resources that we can use, the dates of testing, we will be sending that out very shortly. So please keep an eye out for that. And any other information we get, we will be sharing. And I know your AP teachers will be sharing with you as well. One of the last two things I want to talk about is we've received a lot of emails, phone calls from parents, students. We've had conversations with staff and administrators about the current coursework and course load and the amount of work that students are getting. Although this is a high school and we're trying to navigate and balance the rigor of high school coursework, because you're getting a high school diploma, we are cognizant of the fact that we're not trying to overwork students. This is a new process. Public schools were never intended to be in a distance learning model, but we are trying to make sure that we're doing the best for each and every student. So with that being said, we are in constant talks about possibly alternating or reforming how we give coursework out in this online model. One of them we're looking at right now is what Stimson does, an alternating day schedule, meaning your 4 core subjects or your core subjects are done 2 days a week, alternating day, and then the 5th day is for electives. We are going to be looking at that and having further conversations over this weekend and the beginning of next week, and we will be sending out some modifications in the upcoming days just to make sure that we're providing as best the most support possible for our students and staff. So keep an eye out for that information. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, because I always like to keep it a little lighthearted at the end, is I started doing some research. And since this coronavirus quarantine has started, Walt Whitman High School has had 136 birthdays from this coming Sunday, all the way to the Saturday of March, the middle of March. We've had 136 students that have had a birthday. And it really is not a great time to have a birthday. You can't have a party. I mean, sometimes you can't even get a cake because everything's closed. So, you know what? I wanted to make sure that those students know that we haven't forgotten about your birthday, that your birthdays are important. And I appreciate you. I wanted to make sure that you know that I appreciate you having a birthday. So, in public fashion, I wanted to be able to sing happy birthday to 136 students. And for that, I'm going to need some help. So I'm going to ask Wilson to help me, and we're going to sing happy birthday to 136 students. You ready, Wilson? You got the better singing voice, so make sure, nice and loud. Okay, project. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yasli, Maya, Tatiana, Victoria, Diana, Sarah, Jason, Annalise, Ashley, Christopher, Salma, Javier, Sean, Zainabe, Gretel, Thanya, Liana, Jennifer, Herbert, Zachary, Amina, Manor, Jalen, Ryan, Daniel, Nimra, Nicholas, Alexander, Keith, Jose, Hillary, Caesar, Aiden, Nicholas, Tiana, Roberto, Jasmine, Olivia, Angel, Jose, Matthew, Miguel, Madison, Devin, Harrison, Victoria, Allison, Alexa, Jennifer, Guillermo, Olivia, Haley, Naya, William, Rudolph, Julia, Joseph, Michael, Nimal, Jonathan, Kayla, Christian, Sean, Maximilian, Jesse, Javier, Xavier, Ahmad, Jennifer, Madison, Shalene, Beatrice, Emily, William, Rabingo, Janelle, Mario, Timothy, Andrea, Kayla, Giovanni, Rachel, Alexander, Cole, John, Anthony, April, Kosilt, Mark, Victoria, Ronaldo, Rachel, Stephanie, Melvin, Carly, Saul, Sonia, Nicholas, Daniel, Jennifer, Paola, Shante, Joshua, Ashley, Jack, Christian, Thomas, Liam, Kellen, Colby, Alexa, Barbara, Liam, Alyssa, Zachary, Tyler, Nancy, Kevin, Jakari, Justin, Amelia, Joswali, Liam, Emily. Happy birthday to you. Good job, Wilson. Hey, from us at Wall Women High School to you, happy birthday. Stay safe, stay healthy. Everyone stay healthy. And we look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great weekend, guys.